Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about this little gadget. This is the Apple Watch SE and I'm just going to go into a little bit more detail and share my first impressions because I've had this a little over a week now, and spoiler alert, I'm officially obsessed. So hi everyone, welcome back. I've shared this watch a fair bit over on my Instagram recently, and lots of people asked if I would do a video talking a little bit more about it, why I've got it, where I got it from, what I'm using it for, that kind of thing. So hopefully this video helps, and if you stumbled across my channel, then hi, I'm Charlotte. I'm a mum to three. I'm 33, just turned 33, and I'm just trying to get my act together a little bit and get a bit healthier. So I guess that leads me on to why I got the watch in the first place, and it was really to do with health and a bit of a health overhaul, but not in the sense of just another faddy diet and that kind of thing. I really wanted to up my fitness, up my mental health, up my physical, emotional, everything health. I wanted to eat better, and I wanted something that was going to help motivate me. And I had seen this watch around several times. Obviously Apple Watches have been around for ages, and when I first remember seeing them, I was just like, I just don't think I would ever want one of them. I don't think I'd ever buy one. Like, why do I need one? I've got my phone. And I'd never been tempted until the SE came out, and it's just because it's a little less expensive. Obviously you can buy older versions of the Apple Watch for a similar price, but this one, it just ticked all the boxes for me. It doesn't have, it doesn't measure your blood oxygen and things like that. So there's a couple of things that it doesn't have compared to the Apple Watch 6. But I wasn't personally looking for those features. It's not like I'm a really intense exerciser by any means, and I didn't really think that I would need anything more than what this provides. And I decided to go with the 44mm one, which is a slightly larger one, because actually when I rang up EE and chatted to the girl on the phone, who was lovely, she said that she had this size and she had the exact same watch, and she went for the bigger one because after seeing both you can just see things a little bit more easier. And obviously I'm a woman, I wear the smaller strap because you get two options, so regardless of who you are and what size you are, this will fit you really well. And I don't have any issues. I have it on the third notch, and I don't think it looks too big or anything like that, and I'm just obsessed with it. So I ordered it and it came quite quickly. Just had to wait for a bit of stock to come back in, and I think I'm paying about £20 or so a month because I just didn't want to buy it outright. But it's already been the most amazing investment. I've got some footage of me unboxing it just to show you what it's like, because I kind of feel like there was no point doing a full unboxing video because once you've seen one, you've seen them all, haven't you? But it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So one of the reasons why I wanted to do it is because one thing that I'm doing at the moment is that I am counting calories. So if any point health or fitness or anything like that would trick you in any way, then please don't feel like you need to watch this video, because I wouldn't want to negatively contribute to your mindset in any way, because you are absolutely fine just as you are. But as I continue, that is one of the things that I wanted this for, because I'm counting calories and I was also logging any exercise that I did in my Fitness Pal, but it's not always accurate. It's not always easy to ascertain exactly how far you've walked or exactly what you've done. And I wanted something that was going to help with that and keep me motivated and also sync up, because every device that I own is predominantly Apple source. So I have an iMac, I've got my MacBook, I've got my phone, and I just thought that this would sync a lot better with other products that I had, and it felt like the right fit for me anyway. And what this does is that obviously it tracks your steps, it tracks your exercise, it tracks your heart rate, it encourages you to get moving every day, and I'll go into that more in a sec. And it also just syncs everything up for you, and there's been so many benefits for me. Now, the first thing that I wanted to talk about were the rings, which is quite synonymous with an Apple Watch, because that's what you are encouraged to do. So you get 3 rings, and they are red, green and blue. Red is your movement ring. Now you can set this to burn more or less calories depending on what your lifestyle is like. So originally I set it for the active one, which is what I'm on at the moment. So there's more like, there's like a sedentary option, there's like kind of semi-active, there's active, and then there's super active. And I set it to active because I wanted to challenge myself. I do get out and walk my dog every day with the kids, and I'm always on my feet because I'm homeschooling at the moment and I'm being called in all directions. So I don't necessarily have a problem with getting my steps in so much. And I thought, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give myself like this challenge of trying to hit like this figure every day. So I'm trying to burn over 640 calories extra a day, and that is active calories rather than you know, your resting calories where you just burn those simply by existing and breathing. So if you laid in bed all day, there would be a certain amount of calories that you would burn anyway just by being alive. So I want to burn in excess of that because I want to do more and eat less and generally just become a healthier version of me. So I did my movement setting, and then next up was exercise, and this was the one that was really confusing for me because I've been, for years, I've always associated exercise with being something like a sport or a organised activity that you do. So you go for a run or you do an exercise class. Whereas one thing that I'm learning all the time, both through my Apple Watch but also things like MyFitnessPal, is that getting out for a walk in the fresh air, getting your heart rate up, that is all going to contribute towards you being a healthier and fitter person. And that's been wonderful to know because it gives me something to aim for. But I've also started doing workouts, but I will touch on that more further along in this video because it's another feature of the Apple Watch and the fitness app on your Apple device. So initially with my watch I set it for 10 minutes, but then I thought, oh come on Charlotte, you can do better than that. So I increased it to 20, but as of today, if I check my rings at the moment, I've already done 41 minutes of exercise where my heart rate has been up enough to be classed as exercise. It's only 20 past 2. I'm really pleased with myself because I went on a 2-hour walk, and obviously some of that I'll have been walking slower. I walk with my friends, try and get my steps up to get some fresh air, and also it's good for my mental health. You're allowed to see one person at the moment, and I'm just grateful that we can to meet up and get some fresh air, get our hearts going and have a good natter in the process. But for 41 minutes of that, I was walking at a speed that was exerting myself enough to help me burn additional calories, which is great. It's amazing, and that was never something that I would give myself credit for up until recently. I'm also going to go and walk my dog in a little bit as well because he didn't come with us because a 2-hour walk would have been too long for him because he's only 5 months old. So I'll get some more steps in and some more you know, blood flowing and more calories burned, which is fantastic. So I'm looking at trying to increase that maybe to 30 minutes a day to see how I do, and these rings will go round and round in the day until it completes a complete circle. And when you completed your circle, you completed that ring for the day. It's so motivating. It is so motivating because you have a little look and you're like, oh, I'm only a quarter of the way there, I need to keep going. And so I do, and I'm quite competitive by nature in certain instances anyway. I can't go to classes right now, I can't go to a gym, I can't get that buzz of doing exercise with other people where you're all in it together. So with this, I'm competing against myself, and it's just really doing the job. The third and final ring, which is the blue ring, is your standing ring, and Apple wants you to essentially stand for at least 1 minute of every hour during the day, and what you should be aiming for is 12 hours a day. So say if you get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, you should hopefully close your standing ring by 7 o'clock in the evening. And that is because it wants you to encourage to just get up and get moving, because a lot of us will lead like quite sedentary lifestyles, especially at the moment because we're all locked down. A lot of us are working from home, and the view is that your phone will alert you when you've been sat down for too long, and then it just tells you to get up for a little bit, walk around for 5 minutes, go and get yourself a drink, go in the garden for a second, get some fresh air. And I don't struggle personally to hit this one. I have 3 children and a puppy, and I am back and forth everywhere all the time anyway, but still it's quite a nice one to have. It keeps you motivated and accountable, and that is essentially your rings in a nutshell. It also tracks like other things like your heart rate, to see how you're doing with like your resting heart rate, and then like recovery after exercise and things like that. And it also tracks your steps. So if I check mine at the moment, my step aim for the day is to hit 10,000 steps every day. I generally, well, I have hit that so far. And then today, if I look, I'm on 11,550 steps, and I'm hoping to maybe even go for like 15 today if I can, get another dog walk in and just get moving. And it's brilliant. It is so cool, and I just find it really motivating. It will tell you how much in like distance you've walked that day. So at the moment I've walked 7.77 kilometers. I've climbed 7 flights of stairs. I did a 5.35 kilometer walk earlier, and you can adjust those goals to suit you, and make them work for you. Like on some days, if you know you're gonna be a little bit more relaxed, maybe you're not feeling great, or you've got a lot of work on and you haven't really got the option, then you can adjust that, but it still keeps you motivated. And it's done wonders for me. I'm not a particularly lazy person by any means. I'm always on the go. I like to be productive. I'm just that kind of personality. I struggle to sort of sit down as it is. But I do have issues with my joints. I've had arthritis since I was about 7 years old as part of a syndrome that I have. And some impact exercises can be too difficult for me because it just really hurts and it's really uncomfortable. But this is keeping me moving and getting my fitness up and helping me drop a few pounds that I feel personally that my body needs to lose to feel better. And hopefully as I keep progressing I can keep doing better. Now you'll notice before I mentioned the fact that I'm also doing workouts, and this was something that I hadn't even heard of until I got the watch, and then I was made aware of it when I downloaded all the necessary apps. So when you download your watch and you sync it up with your phone, it will suggest that you download the My Watch app, because you obviously need that to link the two together. And then you will also get the fitness app, which downloads as well for you. And in that fitness app, you can check your rings and your progress on your phone as well as your watch. So you can look into it in a little bit more detail, because obviously the screen's bigger. On that fitness app, down at the bottom, there was a tab for like Fitness Plus, it's called, which is Apple's own Keep Fit fitness hub, and they've uploaded loads of videos that are workouts, and oh my god, it is so addictive, right? Because if you got the watch, you get 3 months free on this app to trial it out and see if it works for you. And then after that, I swear it's something like, I want to say maybe $9.99 or something like that per month. But I've been doing them and I'm obsessed because I set it up on my phone. I have the iPhone 11 Max, I think it is, the big one, so it's enough for me to be able to see, but obviously you could probably do this on an iPad if that was easier as well. And I set it up, I usually put it on the island in our kitchen, and I'll do my workout while the kids are homeschooling. I will try and set them up with a task that is quite an easy one, so they don't need me too much, and I just crack on. And they're about 20 minutes long, and afterwards I feel absolutely amazing. So I've been doing that, and because it's all synced on my iPhone screen, it will tell me my heart rate. There's also a bar that tells you how well you're doing in comparison to other people that have done that exercise. So you feel a bit like you're in a class. So every time it moves up, you feel amazing. Because the one I did yesterday, it kept saying I was top of the class, and it made me feel so good because it was a motivational thing again. And can you tell that I'm a complete convert? I've gone from the person who was like obsessed with carbs and wine before Christmas, and now I'm obsessed with getting my steps in. But I feel happier. I feel like it's given me something to focus on, and I know I'm investing in myself. And I found this actually is so hard. Everybody has. And in the first lockdown, and consequently after that, food was my crutch. Food and having a glass of wine, having a few drinks of Mark at the weekend, just anything that I had to like prop me up or give me something to look forward to or to give me comfort, I was doing. And you know what? I don't blame myself for that. I don't hate myself for that. I don't regret that, because I needed that at the time and that was what was right for me. But I feel like when it comes to health, sometimes it really does just have to click. It needs to be the right time. You need to want to be able to do that for yourself. And it's clicked for me now, and I feel better, because even though sometimes I have days where I'm tempted, or sometimes I have days where I can't be bothered and I want to just sit on my arse all day, it gets me out and it's keeping me motivated, and when I see results, that motivates me again, and when I feel better in my body, that motivates me even further. Like, I've already noticed improvements in my skin. I've noticed, well, obviously I've lost weight, I've been tracking that, but I've noticed improvements in my fitness, my general mood, and I'm feeling really, really good. And it's ridiculous how much this has helped. It really, I'm obsessed. So obviously I have, like, in terms of detail, I have the pink sand sports strap, and I have the rose gold Apple Watch because it just was the colour combination that I like the most. You can set a passcode, so it's noticed that it's removed from my wrist now, so it can't be used unless you put the passcode in, which is really good, obviously, if you ever left it anywhere and someone tried to nick it or anything like that. And this is the sensor on the back which tracks everything for you. And then in terms of other things, like, I have my emails set up on here, so you can set alerts just for important emails. So I generally have, like, school and work emails coming through onto my watch. So if for whatever reason, like, I don't have my phone on me right now because my eldest is using it to FaceTime his friend, I can still keep an eye on my emails and whatever's coming through, and if something is urgent, it kind of reminds me to quickly go and sort that out. There are apps, like, I paid for shopping with this earlier, which was great because it does, like, contactless, and there are just loads of different things. Like, there's a calmness app which encourages you to take a couple of minutes out just to do some breathing exercises, and it will alert you at certain points in the day. I found that really helpful because most of the time I'm homeschooling and I'm very stressed, and it's just nice to be reminded that, like, just try and calm down a little bit. You can set it to go to sleep when you're asleep so it doesn't go off or alert you or anything like that, and it's just fantastic. There are loads of apps, like there's the Maps app, you can check the weather, you can call people on it, you can track your exercises on it, you can set alarms, you can message people, you can listen to podcasts, and I'm sure as I get used to using this, there'll be loads more apps that I find useful. As I mentioned before, it's only been about a week since I've started using it, just over a week now, but I am so pleased with my purchase, and I am hoping that I continue to just keep loving it, and hopefully as time goes on I will get happier or get healthier and just keep feeling more motivated. So I hope that that helps. I know that there's loads of techie reviews out there, so obviously if you want to find out proper details, definitely, like, search on YouTube for more, like, in-depth reviews, but this is just from a normal person's perspective and, like, why I got it and what I'm using it for. If you have one as well and you've got any suggestions for apps that you use that you really enjoy, things like that, then let me know, because I love a good suggestion. And if you've got any questions as well, let me know and I'll try my best to answer them in the comments below. I'm not an expert by any means and I'm still learning myself, but I'll do my best to help. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day, whatever you are up to, and stay safe and keep smiling, and I will see you all very soon.